7 of my Marvel Spider-Man playthrough. I'm going to spend a little bit of time making sure this gets up, spread this around, maybe get a few viewers this time. Last time I wasn't quite so lucky. I didn't really have much of anybody except for one viewer, I think, that really did help me with the conversation. So thank you for that one. So I'm just going to drop this in like a couple of chats and such. Just try and get the word out a bit. Maybe just hold on this main menu screen because, again, I've said this in every playthrough, but it's awesome. Alright. I do believe this is a... Yeah, alright. So, let's just hop right into this, I guess. We've given it about 2 minutes or so. This is my playthrough. While I'm going to be playing this, I'm going to be going over... I suppose I should be going over the a lot of the big news that dropped during the Disney investor meeting that at the time of this live stream was 2 days ago. Those of you that do not know, Disney had an investor conference thing, a whole live stream for investors mainly to unveil and showcase some of their new content coming for a lot of their services. All that be Disney Plus, Disney property movies, TV shows, etc.
Devil's Breath is gone, but we got even bigger problems. Rikers,
Disney got to showcase a lot of what is coming to Disney Plus when it comes to movies I own and TV shows and originals and such.
Every cell block is
what's coming soon,
We're
essentially.
minutes away from every prisoner and Rikers
So we got
right up Fifth Avenue.
What about the raft?
Should be okay. It's a supermax facility. Better security and a separate power grid.
Good. What about the Devil's Breath?
Sable's handling it.
Do you trust them?
Do I have a choice?
Uh-oh. Should have worn your seatbelt.
That looks really cool. I guess we should get started with...
I'm on it.
I believe the first up in the meeting was Star Wars. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick so I can make sure that I do get to everything that I want to discuss. Let's see. Everything Star Wars is coming. So we've got a few announcements on the Obi-Wan Disney Plus show, which will be starring Ewan McGregor returning as Obi-Wan Kenobi, which will be really interesting to see. They announced Hayden Christensen will be returning as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. That's really cool. I'm very excited to see that. This sounds like it's going to be a really interesting show. It's supposedly set about 10 years after the ending of Revenge of the Sith, so it'll be right in the middle of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. That'll be cool. We'll get to see a sort of transition period from the Republic to the Empire. That's really cool. I don't think we've ever really seen that. Not in any sort of long-term format. We've seen it in a few properties recently, such as Jedi Fallen Order and such. But that's really towards the latter end where the Empire's already kind of taken over. So So that's really cool. They announced an Ahsoka show, which will be taking place. Shit. Well. Okay. So they announced an Ahsoka show. They'll be starring Rosario Dawson. It'll be taking place around the same time as Mandalorian. That'll be cool to see. It seemed like they were heading towards an Ahsoka show. It seemed like a lot of stuff to put money in for Mandalorian. For them to not use it again with all like the molding and casting prosthetics and lightsabers and such. It makes sense that they are going to do something with that. And, you know, that episode did have a very sort of like backdoor pilot feel to it in The Mandalorian Season 2. I'm on fire right now. This is not looking good. Am I gonna die again? There's another guy back here, isn't there? Yep. God damn. So I do want to say that I am a big Star Wars fan, but I'm not by any means the like biggest Star Wars fan. I watched all the movies and everything. I enjoy a lot of it. I know of a lot of stuff, but I haven't really like read a lot of the comics or watched a lot of the shows really even. I've never really seen Clone Wars. I've never seen Rebels, never seen a lot of those. The only shows I've really watched have been The Mandalorian. And I really enjoy The Mandalorian. I like the episodic nature of that, and it's just a really well-made show.
Who thought it was a good idea to bring rockets into a prison?
Moving on from Ahsoka, they announced a Rangers of the New Republic show. I'm not particularly sure what that entails. My guess is it's going to be Gina Carano's character from The Mandalorian. She'll be getting her like spotlight in that show. And you know, that's fine, I guess. I don't really care that much about her character. I might watch it, I might not. I might pass on it. I'm really not sure. It seems neat, though. Sounds like it'll have a lot of cool potential and stuff for interesting stories to tell. It's a cool era in the Star Wars timeline. Not super different, but again, it's that sort of like transferring period, I guess, that we don't really get to see very much.
Someone's trapped behind that door.
Between eras, so that is cool. There's the Cassian Andor show. I don't really care about that, honestly. If I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't really care about Cassian Andor. I don't really remember very much about his character or really Rogue One at all. The only thing I really remember, or really anybody remembers much about Rogue One, I think, is just the Vader scene at the end. And, you know, rightfully so. That was a really awesome scene. But, like, other than that, like, what... Who really talks about Rogue One, I guess?
They're coming! Where is everybody? They're attacking my car!
There's gonna be the Bad Batch. That's gonna be an animated show. Bad Batch sounds really cool. It'll be a continuation from the Clone Wars. That sounds really cool. Star Wars Visions, which will be like a like short films, I guess, in the Star Wars universe. I think it's helmed by mostly anime directors and such. That sounds really, really cool. I think that'll have a lot of very like unique sort of films and such. Offer a lot of like cool perspectives. Give some room for originality and creativity that they don't necessarily have the option for with you know, $200 million blockbuster science fiction movies. But just having like small... God damn! Not again! This is awful. They announced the Lando Calrissian show. I'm not really sure what that entails. They did not announce that Donald Glover will be returning as Lando. So, I'm not really sure what that'll entail. It'd be nice if Donald Glover returns as Lando, because he was probably the best part of Solo, at least in my opinion. Yeah, I really like Donald Glover. I really like Donald Glover in anything. He's a very talented man. Moving on from that, they announced the Acolyte show. I don't really know what that has, what that means necessarily. I know it's a Sith thing. It's like a Sith Lord sort of thing. But I'm not particularly sure what that'll entail as far as plot and character and anything really, besides just the title and the setting, which I believe is the High Republic era, which is like something that Disney's been focusing on a lot recently after Rise of Skywalker. It seems to be like their biggest sort of push is this new era. And I guess I don't really have anything, I don't know anything about it really.
Look out!
They announced a droid story, which will be
It can always get worse.
an animated show, I believe, starring C-3PO and R2-D2 and other side characters. I don't care at all. This is kind of a hot take, kind of controversial, but I can't stand C-3PO or R2-D2. I think they're both annoying and very irritating. I don't find them very funny. They just get on my nerves. I'm very Han Solo like that.
Just a few left.
Moving on from that, they got the Rogue Squadron movie, which sounds really cool, directed by Patty Jenkins, who is the director of Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84. That sounds very cool. I'm very excited for that. It sounds like it'll be really interesting. And I think it'll be really cool to explore like a sort of like X-Wing Squadron sort of story on film. Make it like a war movie almost. I think that's really cool. And it's like an interesting spin because we don't really get that from other Star Wars movies. It's very much a sci-fi, space opera sort of fantasy thing. And so I think yeah, showcasing it like it is a war movie is a really interesting idea.
They're stealing a chopper.
So there's also an Untitled Taika Waititi project. I'm not really sure what that'll be, but it is Taika Waititi, so it'll probably be pretty awesome. As for that I believe concludes every big Star Wars project, I guess, that they announced at the investors meeting.
License and registration, please.
Okay, looks like things are somewhat under control.
I thought you said the raft was secure.
It was.
So
let's go.
move on, I guess,
Maybe
from that
it's not as
to
bad as it looks.
Love the optimism, but in my
the
experience,
new
when it looks
Marvel
bad,
Studios projects
it's
that
usually
were
worse.
announced or showcased at the Disney investor meeting. I just hit the microphone there. Sorry.
I'm slipping.
Gotcha. Hold on.
This right here is that E3 2018 mission. I remember that. The hype I had for this game was unreal.
You okay?
Yeah.
Once we're out of this cutscene, I'll jump into all the Marvel stuff.
Welcome to the party. Just in time for the fire.
I don't understand why they got Josh Keaton to voice Electro but not Spider-Man in this. Because Josh Keaton is like
Why is he letting everyone out?
arguably the best
Head for the
Spider-Man
main
voice
control
actor.
center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party.
Hero Lowenthal's good too. I like him fine, but
Everyone just quietly go back
He
to
is
your
not
cell and
Josh
lock the
Keaton.
door behind you, okay?
and I do prefer Josh Keaton just a little bit. Hero Lowenthal's voice is so strange because I can't really like put a face to his voice. Do you know? Like, there's no face that really like fits his voice. His voice is very strange. I guess it's not really like the voice of a person. It's like a character voice, you know. So it is kind of like Just odd, I guess, like that. Anyways, enough about that. Let's jump into a lot of the big Marvel stuff. Starting off with the Disney Plus series they announced, Marvel's Secret Invasion, which is going to be really cool. Finally announcing Secret Invasion is really interesting. I felt like it was only a matter of time since the Skrulls were introduced in Captain Marvel. It was only really a matter of time before we got Secret Invasion. And it will be starring Nick Fury and Talos from Captain Marvel. This will be a really cool show, I think. It's cool that they're going to be able to do this without making it a big Infinity War-sized event. I like that they're able to do these sort of like big comic events as like a show instead of like a massive movie like Civil War or Infinity War and such.
Oh, hi, Rhino.
I have no doubt that if Civil War did not happen in 2016, we would be getting a Civil War TV show, which I think honestly would have been better. Civil War movie is awesome, and I love it, but it really isn't much of a war. It's kind of like a small conflict between maybe 10 people.
Too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was
So Secret Invasion, that's gonna be really cool. This is a bad website. I'll see if I can pull up. Let's see if I can pull up a better list. So, I guess we'll talk about WandaVision now. Well, I'm trying to find what else is coming for Marvel. Here it is. So, alright, never mind. Scrap that. I got a good link. Okay. They announced Ironheart will be happening. They did announce the cast.
Not really.
They did announce the cast Ironheart, Ruby Williams.
What's going on in the rest of the prison?
That would be interesting. I will watch it. I'm not super excited for it. I'm not a huge fan of Ironheart. I felt like she was a little too like. It didn't feel quite as well made as a lot of the other characters from that sort of Marvel Now era, like Kamala Khan and Miles Morales, who was a bit earlier, but still that same sort of diversity pushing successor characters. I felt like Ironheart was one of the weaker ones of that sort of group, and it wasn't quite as interesting, I guess, as somebody like Kamala Khan or Miles Morales or Jane Foster Thor. A lot of those characters seemed like they had a lot more going on than Ironheart, and Ironheart just, I don't know, it just didn't click with me. I don't think Bendis, I don't think that was the best of Bendis's work. But, you know, just because I wasn't a big fan of it in the comics doesn't mean I can't be a big fan of it in the movies or shows or what have you.
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Marvel makes a lot of changes from their comics and such, so it very likely could be that they make a few changes to Ruby's character and do make her a lot more interesting. For example, like Spider-Verse made a lot of quite a few changes to Miles Morales' character, and I think they were all very much for the better and made him a much more compelling protagonist. So it's very likely that we will see something along those lines. What the fuck do I... There we go. This right here is really cool. You get this crazy, like, web zip sort of thing here. That was awesome. Dovetailing off of Ironheart, they announced a Armor Wars TV series starring Don Cheadle's War Machine. That'll be really cool. I'm glad to see War Machine back. I really hope he gets his time to shine. He's a really underrated character, I think, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it is very nice to see him get his own sort of series. I think there's a lot of potential you have with Rhodey.
Dashing. Where'd you get it?
It's an exclusive club.
And it sounds as if there's a possibility of Sam Rockwell returning as Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2 in Armor Wars, which, if that does happen, I will be thoroughly pleased and will definitely watch the show. Love me some Justin Hammer. I thought Sam Rockwell was probably the best part of Iron Man 2. He's very charismatic and funny.
If you don't want to.
We definitely want.
I'm gonna let this play out and then I'll get back into it. Ooh, that reveal is so good.
First and final warning. Stay out of our way.
God.
Each of you has a job to do.
Doc Ock is
Your
great in
debts
this
will be
game.
repaid when we're done. Go!
There he is!
So, moving on, they announced a Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special will be coming to Disney Plus. So hopefully it'll be good. It is going to be written and directed by James Gunn himself. So I suppose there is hope for this one. Going off of that, they will be also there will be Baby Groot shorts on Disney Plus. That'll be fine, I guess. That sounds kind of cool. They announced Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the title.
All these years.
I think that's an awful title,
all these
honestly.
lies.
I'm so sick of, like, just...
It's over,
I don't know,
Norman.
Marvel has a bad habit, especially in the movies, of just saying, like, quantum blah blah blah, and then waving their hands or whatever. So, you know... The title it means nothing and makes no sense. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought it was really bland, and I feel like Peyton Reed is a very, like, cookie-cutter kind of director. He doesn't really have much of a style or anything, really. He just kind of, like, you know, it felt like it could be, like, directed by anybody. And a movie like Ant-Man, I feel like you have so many possibilities that it really shouldn't feel like that. Ant-Man and the Wasp's Quantumania will also include Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. That's gonna be really crazy. That's one of the first, like, Fox characters I think we will be seeing in the MCU. That'll be really cool.
Hey.
You okay?
Yeah, fine. Can you pass those out for me?
Sure.
But they are working around the clock on a cure for this deadly disease. The citywide quarantine is being heavily enforced by Sable International, who maintain tight security over all transit points. Throughout the city, police and Sable agents continue to battle with Rikers and Raft escapees. Meanwhile, Mayor Osborn has gone on record blaming Spider-Man for the prison break and citywide sickness, and branding him a fugitive. But he has yet to provide evidence, and many believe the mayor is just deflecting blame, since an exclusive report by the Bugle revealed that this disease originated in a secret, unregulated Oscorp laboratory here in Manhattan. Mayor Osborn insists that Oscorp is working with the NDC on an anti-serum, but has not provided any further evidence to support this claim.
Yikes. Moving on from that to probably one of my most anticipated projects coming from Marvel Studios. Marvel announced that John Watts, the director of Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home and the upcoming Spider-Man 3, will be helming the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Fantastic Four movie.
Just got a call from the hospital.
I cannot wait for that. That is going to be so cool, I think. I think John Watts is a very talented director. I think he brings a lot of unique sort of originality to Marvel movies. Something that they definitely could use. You can say what you will about the Marvel movies.
Humbly accept the honor.
They do have a very sort of sameness to them, for better or for worse, because I like
the end of the world. Maybe it is.
That's a very deliberate choice, because it does create a very simple sense of continuity between all the movies. If they all felt drastically different, it would be kind of strange. But them being all in the same universe and all having the same sort of feel to them, it helps with the cohesiveness, I guess, of the universe. So I do appreciate that. However, I do think that a lot of the movies do have a very sort of cookie-cutter feel to them, and I do appreciate when a director can come along, a director like John Watts can come along and sort of make a movie like that into their own. Besides specifically Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming feels very different from every other sort of Marvel movie, I think. It's a very, like, ground level sort of view of the universe, and I think it's very refreshing and very cool.
This is our city,
it's one of my favorites for that reason. It's just like how unique it is from all the others. But John Watts will be helming the Fantastic Four reboot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is a much anticipated. We'll finally be getting a hopefully good Fantastic Four movie. Lord knows I've waited my whole life for it, but it'll be really nice to see Marvel's first family finally on the big screen in the universe that they belong in. There hasn't been any news in regards to casting or anything of the sort. All we've really gotten is a name for the director, and we got a cool logo, and it is a very cool looking logo, but that's all we've really gotten in regards to the Fantastic Four. Obviously it will be consisting of the main Fantastic Four team of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the Thing. I'm not really sure how exactly they will go about introducing these characters. We could see an origin. We could see what we saw with Spider-Man, where they sort of address the origin and then brush over it in order to sort of do what they'd rather be doing instead of the origin, because everybody knows it by now. I don't really think everybody has the same sort of grasp on the Fantastic Four origin as they do with Spider-Man, so I do think that it would be very possible for Marvel to explore the Fantastic Four origin. I've always thought that it would have been a really cool way. A really cool way would have been to introduce the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Would have been through the nuclear blast that Tony Stark threw into space in the Battle of New York back in 2012. I think that'd be a really cool way to introduce them. The nuke going off and the Chitauri tech and everything, sort of like fusing and creating a wave of dark energy or whatever. It sort of gives them their powers. I think that would have been a cool way if they had introduced the Fantastic Four.
I'm fine, May.
5 years ago or so. I think that's what they would have done, or something sort of like that.
No, don't you do that.
But it has been canonically, it's been like 12 years since then. So I don't really see them doing that.
But we're safe and secure down here.
Let's hope it stays.
I've also heard like fan theories of
They've built a fort.
The Fantastic Four being from the 60s and being like trapped in the negative zone or something sort of like that for the last 60 years or so.
Spider-Man power. Not bad, huh?
And so them coming out in like have like a fish out of water sort of storyline thing. I'm not opposed to that. I think it'd be kind of funny. But I do think we need to see.
MVPs are back on the grid.
Well, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, because Feige does refer to them. Kevin Feige does refer to the Fantastic Four as Marvel's first family during that presentation. So I am wondering if they perhaps will set Fantastic Four earlier on. Perhaps it won't be. Perhaps it will have a sort of Captain Marvel situation where they introduce the Fantastic Four back in the 90s or something, or the 80s or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool, but
sure, I won the fight.
With John Watts being the director, I am anticipating seeing a really interesting sort of friendship between Johnny Storm and Peter Parker. I really appreciate that aspect in the comics. I think it's really funny. I think it's really cool that they have like superhero friends and stuff. And I love how close Spider-Man is with the Fantastic Four. So given that John Watts is going to be helming the Fantastic Four after his Spider-Man 3, I think that'll be really cool, and hopefully we will see that relationship, because obviously John Watts has a real affinity for Spider-Man and the character of Spider-Man and such. So it will be really cool to see, hopefully, that sort of relationship strengthened and such. Perhaps we may even see the bombastic Bagman in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which that sounds like it would be very funny. I'm very interested to see what the Fantastic Four will look like. I think Marvel has a really cool, has a lot of really interesting places they could go with the Fantastic Four uniforms. I'm assuming the logo they showed off will be the logo displayed on the suits. And if so, that'll be really cool, because I think the logo looks really neat. Very well designed, very flashy and unique, but still like iconic and recognizable as like the Fantastic Four. As for who I'm hoping for in the cast, I hope they go with somebody new for the Human Torch at least. I think they will get somebody new for Human Torch. I think they're gonna go somebody new. I think they're gonna cast new, kind of like what they did with Tom Holland. I think they will cast somebody new, and they'll probably blow up from that and get a whole giant ass movie career thing. I would like to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I know that's a really popular fan cast. John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic, and Emily Blunt as Sue Storm. I would be totally cool with that. I think they'd both be really good. Fun fact, John Krasinski was almost cast as Captain America in Captain America: The First Avenger. So, you know, he's no stranger to these sort of like... He's not opposed to any of these movies, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess it is a possibility. There's a lot of really cool possibilities I've seen for Reed Richards, and I think there's a lot of there's a lot of possibility, really, with Reed Richards.
Live by the beatdown, die by the beatdown.
If they want to cast a person of color, I think Lakeith Stanfield would be really cool. That's kind of a strange pick, but I think it would be really good. I think it'd be cool as Mr. Fantastic. I think he'd do a good job. I think the only one I'm really adamant for is I really want to see Terry Crews as the Thing. I think that'd be a really, really cool casting. I think he'd be really funny. And Terry Crews just has like a really funny voice that I think would fit the Thing really well. It just I think that would work really well.
Wild guess. Guys breaking
Obviously, I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we see Doctor Doom in the MCU. I am predicting we will not see Doctor Doom in the first Fantastic Four movie. I think they will build to Doctor Doom. I think you will get a sort of like Thanos sort of situation with Doctor Doom, perhaps even. They may set him up in the post-credit scene and sort of pay off later on in the Fantastic Four movies with Doom. Because, you know, you start off with Doctor Doom. Where do you really go from there, I guess, with the Fantastic Four, you know?
Okay, Captain, got eyes on. Fill me in.
Rhino's assaulting the Upper West Precinct.
So I'm expecting a sort of Thanos situation with Doctor Doom, or perhaps maybe a sort of Loki situation where they do introduce him in the first movie, and he's a recurring character throughout the trilogy.
All units, an emergency supply station is getting raided.
That could be interesting.
Reported location is Murray.
I think I'd prefer the building to Doctor Doom. Really setting him up to be a big threat. I think that'd be a lot more interesting.
Counting on that food to survive.
I talked about Fantastic Four for the last 10 minutes or so, but that is probably one of my most anticipated projects Marvel has going on. Moving on from that, I guess. Oh, okay. Hold up, I gotta find a new link, I guess, because I guess, okay. They got Eternals coming. What's up, Estevan? How you doing, man? They've got Eternals coming. Eternals will be coming soon. I'm not quite sure when, but I know they are coming soon. I'm not super excited about the Eternals, really, but you know, the last time I said that about a Marvel property, really, it was Guardians of the Galaxy. So you never really know. Marvel could totally pull a fast one on me and totally surprise me with this, and just make something crazy good. You really never know. So I guess I'll talk about WandaVision now. WandaVision looks really experimental and crazy, and that seems really cool, and I like where they're going with that. It's supposed to be like a sitcom, I think, which seems really cool. It looks like Wanda's gonna get an actual like suit this time, like an actual superhero sort of costume, more so than just her like jacket sort of thing she has.
Men from Rikers are demanding food and supplies. The staff are barricaded inside, but they need help. Miles and I are headed there to evacuate the staff.
Don't do anything until I get there, May. I'll meet you in Harlem.
Seeing Vision back is going to be really cool. Paul Bettany's always fun.
Need to help Yuri, then get to Harlem.
So yeah, WandaVision will be alright, I guess. That's the next. That's the first one to be released. I believe that's coming in January. So that'll be really cool. Coming off of that, Falcon and the Winter Soldier looks insane. It looks insane. Like it's so. It looks incredible. Like how impressive it looks just visually. Everything we've seen from it, it looks amazing. I can't wait for that. That's coming in March. That looks like it's going to be the coolest thing coming from Marvel in the next few months for sure. Falcon looks great as always. His new suit looks really cool. A lot of the visual effects look incredible. I believe they've described it as essentially like a 6-hour Marvel movie.
You exchange insurance information.
Anthony Mackie's always funny. He's a great Falcon. He's very fun to watch. Sebastian Stan back as Bucky is always fun. I don't really connect with him as much as everybody else seems to, but you know, he's fun. I like him. It looks like they're gonna have a lot of really funny banter like they did in Civil War. That's gonna be cool to see.
Great news.
And it seems like they will be focusing on the Captain America mantle, I guess, which is cool. Black Widow is coming. I guess it's happening. I don't really know what more to say about Black Widow. I'm not super excited for it, but I'll probably see it. Taskmaster sounds like he'll be a really fun villain. He is a really fun villain, I think, in everything he's in. I think it'll be really fun to watch, just sort of like pinpoint, like, oh, like here's how he learned like this move, and whatever, like here's what this move is from, and he like stole this from that guy, or just sort of like.
Trash can fire. It's almost cozy. Let me take a
even just in like the trailer, you can just pick out like, oh yeah, he picked that up from Captain America, where he like stops at the shield that flies up his arm, catches it like that. There's a lot of like Hawkeye and how he just draws his bow. A lot of that stuff is really cool. So I do think that'll lend itself to a lot of rewatches and such. I gotta get this situated. This is a pain in the ass. So after that, let's see. There's the Loki show. The Loki show seems fine. Again, I'm not a huge Loki guy, but I like him. He's fun to watch. It seems like it'll be interesting. It'll have a lot of like interesting sort of originality to it. Again, it seems like the biggest takeaway from this investor meeting is the push of originality from Marvel. The option of Disney Plus shows offering Marvel the option to really experiment and do something new and innovative and creative, and not have to do the same sort of like blockbuster cookie cutter movie thing that they have been doing. It seems like they are opening the door for a lot of really original new stuff, and that's going to be really cool. So after that we got, let's talk about Miss Marvel, actually, because Miss Marvel also got announced a show. We saw a little bit of that. We've seen that Kamala Khan has been cast. She will be getting her own show on Disney Plus. She will be appearing alongside Brie Larson's Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel 2. That'll be really awesome. I can't wait to see that, because that'll be really cool. They got new directors for that too, so that'll be really nice. I felt like the directors were very meh in the first Captain Marvel. Everything just seemed like on autopilot. Brie Larson delivered every single line in her movie in the exact same sort of deadpan way.
We need a 1013.
That kind of stuff does not happen. That is not an actor thing. Especially an actor that's won an Oscar like Brie Larson has. That is not an acting issue. That sounds like a direction issue to me. That sounds like a director that didn't really know what they were doing, or didn't really care that much, and didn't have the sort of just didn't get the performance they wanted to get out of her, or was just asking for something that wasn't very good. But hopefully the new directors, I'm not sure who they are. I don't know if they've been announced yet or not. But that'll be cool. Miss Marvel will be really cool. I'm really excited for that. I think Kamala Khan is a super cool character, a super good representation for a group of people that really do not get much representation in media. So seeing Kamala Khan in the MCU, that'll be really cool. Also seeing a superhero that is like just a big fan of other superheroes is really cool. Seeing like a fangirl that is a superhero herself, I think that's really cool, and that'll connect with a lot of really cool, a lot of people in a really original and creative way. So that'll be really awesome. I'm glad that they're doing that, and I can't wait for Miss Marvel because I'm sure it'll be really cool. Going off of Miss Marvel, they announced a little bit on Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, directed by Sam Raimi.
Yuri,
that will be
Good.
insane. I can't believe it's actually happening. Getting Sam Raimi back for a Doctor Strange movie.
When you get there.
Yuri Watanabe, master of suspense.
I feel like Steve Ditko would be proud. It's really cool. Sounds like it'll be really interesting. It will be tying directly into WandaVision. And Doctor Strange 2 just seems like it'll be bigger, scarier, more experimental, more crazy.
This isn't good.
And very much more Sam Raimi.
Building, trapping the police inside. Yuri, complicated was an
I can't say I'm complaining at all.
I'm gonna
there.
have to disable these transformers to free
That'll
your
be a really awesome movie. I think. I'm very much anticipating that.
That's why I'm here, ready to serve all your electricity and
Also
demon-related
confirmed
needs.
to be tying directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man 3 will be tying into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Four more of these.
Not only will it feature Doctor Strange, but it does sound as if Kevin Feige confirms. It sounds as if he has confirmed Spider-Man 3 will tie into the multiverse,
trapping the police with a network
which
of energy
is
transformers?
unreal.
Who does that?
I can't believe that's actually happening. I don't really know if it should be happening now, per se. I would have really liked to see a movie of Peter on the run, on his own, fending for himself. I will be a little disappointed if we don't get to see at least some of that, to some extent. Spider-Verse happening, though. If that does happen, and that is a if. Nothing official has been said yet. That will be amazing. That will by all intents and purposes be incredible. Actually seeing that happen on the big screen, it's unreal. I can't. I don't really know. I don't know how else to put it. It would simply just be amazing. Seeing these past iterations of Spider-Man all come together. It's unlike anything else we've ever really seen. I mean, I guess except for Spider-Verse. Come on, Jim. But, you know. It's really cool. It'll really be something else if we do get that. What else does Marvel have on the plate? So, is there anything I haven't discussed yet? Let's see. That's right. So we've got we've got the Moon Knight show. That'll be on Disney Plus. That sounds like it'll be really cool. It does seem like they are going to be leaning into the multiple personality disorder of Moon Knight, so that'll be really cool. I'm glad that they aren't sort of half-assing that. It does seem like that will be a big thing, given that Feige mentions it in his presentation unveiling the show. It seems like it will play a big part. And thankfully so, because Moon Knight, Mark Spector is a really crazy sort of character, unlike anybody else in comics, I'd say. So, actually, like seeing what sort of aspect of him explored.
Police are free, but demons aren't backing down. Need to lend
really
a hand.
Neat. I'm actually more excited for the MCU shows than the movies at this point. I agree with that, Esteban. Honestly, I think I might be too. Apart from Spider-Man, I think I am more excited for the shows than a lot of the movies. Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man both seem really, really cool. But yeah, the shows seem like they're pushing a lot for these shows. There's just as many, if not more, shows coming out than movies in the next phase. So that's awesome to hear. It sounds as if Fantastic Four are being moved up to Phase 4 rather than being Phase 5, as they were announced back in I think 2019 they were announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. They announced the Phase 4 slate of Marvel. But it seems as if Fantastic Four is that's gonna happen before X-Men. Holy shit! I've never sucked this bad at this game. What the hell is happening? Anyways, Hawkeye seems really cool. Hawkeye is currently shooting now, and it will star Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton and Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. I'm really excited to see the both of them in that show. Kate Bishop's really cool. I'm glad to see her in the MCU finally. That'll be really cool. She's a neat character. It seems as if they are setting up a lot of people to take over the roles with Florence Pugh's character in Black Widow. Jesus Christ. With Florence Pugh's character in Black Widow, seems as if she will be taking over the Black Widow mantle. Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop taking over as Hawkeye. Riri Williams, I guess, Ironheart taking over from Iron Man. I guess also with Rhodey still staying as War Machine, possibly taking over as Iron Man. That'll be really cool. Sam Wilson taking over as Captain America, obviously. Jane Foster taking over as Thor. A lot of these new characters. It seems as if they are setting up a lot of like taking over, sort of replacement, next generation heroes. This is ridiculous. I'm changing my suit power. I can't. Yeah, the quad damage ain't doing it. I'm changing to the whatever it is. The swirly. I just hit my mic. I'm sorry. The swirly whatever the thing is. The web blossom. That's it.
And we're done.
Get him out of here!
Yuri, your men are safe.
They announced a She-Hulk, or they did not announce a She-Hulk show, but they did show off a little bit. They gave us a little bit of news on the She-Hulk show. She-Hulk seems really interesting.
Hey, Pete.
her being a lawyer seems as if it will be pretty important to the show. Feige seems as if she almost alluded. He seems as if he almost alluded to Daredevil during that presentation. If Daredevil does show up again, which he's rumored to show up in Spider-Man 3, actually, I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't take it with a grain of salt. I don't think that's going to actually happen. I think that's just wishful thinking, really, but that would be really cool. But She-Hulk seems as if it will be introducing other heroes and such in that. This is just embarrassing at this point. Mark Ruffalo will be returning as the Hulk, and I forget what his name is, but the guy who played Abomination in The Incredible Hulk will also be returning. If I die again,
your men are safe.
I'm just throwing in the towel, honestly.
Get to the Upper West Side. We're trying to shelter civilians, but Rhino isn't making it easy.
He never does. On my way. Miles left a voicemail.
Pete. Hey, Pete. Hey,
trying to think of what else they Marvel announced
Convicts are trying to break down the doors. Mary Jane's here, but we're getting people out of the
I can't really think of anything else.
I hope you can get here soon.
I need to finish with the precincts fast and get to Harlem.
If you got any more ideas on what you'd like for me to discuss or talk about or whatever, feel free to put them in the comments. Or you could also just shut up. That too. Focus on my gameplay. I really should. Because really caught lacking.
All units be advised. Snipers are firing on officers. Incident is active near Estonia.
Yuri, Rhino's on the move, but former guests of Rikers are laying into your police barricades. I'm gonna even the odds.
Do it. If those barricades fall, the people inside are done for.
Hey!
Thanks, Spider-Man! Tell more men at the other barricade!
Never seen Rhino walk away from a fight like this. He must be working on orders from Dr. Octavius, making quick hit and runs on the city's emergency response teams.
Hate this whip guy so much.
Welcome to the party, Spider-Man!
Okay, he's taken care of. We did not hear anything about the X-Men at this, which tells me that the X-Men aren't... they probably aren't going to be coming along for a while now. That kind of sucks, because it would have been really cool to see the X-Men sooner rather than later, I guess. I'm wondering if Phase 5 will be pretty much all X-Men. I wouldn't totally be shocked if that were the case. If they are sort of like pacing themselves, I guess. So is that to like just unload everything now and then not really have anything else to do after that. But if they do wait for the X-Men, which it seems as if they are doing, that'll be cool. It will suck a lot, though, if we do end up waiting for another generation or so. And we don't end up seeing the X-Men sort of crossing paths with Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers and all those guys.
Convicts are launching RPGs! They'll bring down the building!
Not gonna let that happen. I'm on it.
But, you know, X-Men will be cool.
One roof clear.
Nice to see you, Spider!
Honestly, I'm just gonna push these dudes off. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, I didn't get him off. Damn it.
Target acquired. Proceeding to pacify.
There are easier ways to ask for an autograph. Jetpacks? Who thought it was a good idea to give these guys jetpacks? Guys, we're on the same team. Please wait to attack me till after we take out the convicts.
The air combat in this game is alright, but
Anyone else feeling very
on.
1984 right now?
this is
just me?
nothing compared
anybody?
to Web of Shadows.
Deal with Spider-Man fast! We gotta break this building down!
That was awesome. Holy shit. Total accident, too.
This city's gonna fall, Spider! Starting right here!
Get him out of here!
That's it for Sable's airborne commandos. Now to mop up the rest of the
Hey!
escapees.
I haven't really talked about this, but god damn, this suit looks good at night. Especially with those like harsh lights and stuff. This looks like real almost.
Yuri, precinct is secure. And I just found out what it means to be Sable's priority target. Not...
God. It looks like straight out of the movie.
That'll teach you to piss off international mercenaries.
Guess so. Okay, I need to sign off for a bit. Call me if things go south.
Will do. And thanks. You've given us a fighting chance.
Okay.
Is this Empire
Need
State
to hustle
University?
to Priest's sister site in Harlem and help May.
Peter,
No, it
thank
is
God.
not.
We need you at the Veterans Center. Where are you?
I got held up. Are you okay? What's happening?
The convicts started a fire. We got the building staff out, but May and Miles are trapped inside. I'm trying to find a way into them, but the fire's spreading so fast.
Stay where you are, MJ. I'll handle this. Damn it. Move it, Pete.
I'll let this
Move.
play out and then I'll end it, I think.
Peter, fire and rescue's on the way. I found a fire escape that'll get me...
MJ, stay back. I don't want to have to rescue you too.
Peter, don't be crazy. Wait for help.
Ugh.
May! May!
Here! We're over here! I got you.
Hang on!
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal's really good in this scene.
Get to the window!
It's too far.
Hold on!
Just brace yourselves! Come on, you stupid piece of... Come on, May! I've got you! Oh my god.
Go! Go!
Miles!
Ugh. That looks so good.
We've got you. We've got you.
Good scene, good game. That was fun. Thank you, Estevan, for viewing again. You're my #1 fan, I think. Oh wait, no, there's just a scene again.
Is May okay?
Everyone is safe.
MJ, if it weren't for you and Miles, I would have been
as dead as I would have been the last 8,500 times you saved me. Pretty sure I still owe you a few.
That's smart.
Hey. I'm sorry I screwed things up. It's just hard being the one who always gets saved, you know? Sometimes I want to do the saving.
I'm sorry I made you feel like you couldn't. Still partners?
Always.
Hey. So I didn't know if, you wanted sparkling or flat or spring or mountain spring. So I got one of each. Am I interrupting?
No. MJ, Ms. Watson, and I were just talking strategy.
Strategy?
That's right. The city is in danger. It needs our help.
All of our help.
All right, well, call the play, Coach.
Okay. Divide and conquer. Ms. Watson, we need an anti-serum for Devil's Breath. Oscorp's developing something, but there's no way they can keep it safe from Octavius and Lee. We need to find the cure and protect it.
I'll chase down some leads.
Miles, you need to be my eyes and ears at Feast. Anything goes wrong, call me. We need to keep that place and the people there safe.
All right, you got it. What are you gonna do?
Gang at Costume Nutjobs is taking the city apart piece by piece. Time I return the favor.
All right. Hey, wait, how do I call you? I mean, do you have like a cell phone in your pockets or something?
Ms. Watson can give you my number. Good luck, team.
You have his number. Are you Spider-Man's girlfriend? That'd be so cool.
Come on, Sherlock. Show me what you got in this water smorgasbord.
That was fun. So thank you for listening to me ramble on about Star Wars and Marvel and all the big news that dropped at the Disney investor meeting. If you're just joining us now, feel free to go back to the beginning. You can watch the whole thing unveil. I guess that's it for now.
The city feels a little more under control. Miles is watching Feast. MJ is tracking a Devil's Breath cure. Time for me to
part
focus
8
on finding Otto.
next time.
Stopping whatever he has.
We'll take care of the Devil's Breath
Yuri,
stuff.
we need to start tracking the big boys. Still no leads
and
on
the rest
Octavius?
of the Sinister Six.
Nothing. Forensics can't even do a sweep of Times Square.
Thank you guys.
Everyone in that
Signing
department
off.
but the